Oh, and we are live on the SideQuest, your weekly journey into the world of video games, on a very special December 2nd edition.
What makes it so special, Dali? Explain right now.
It is
please
because
go on.
We are exactly 1 week away from the annual Game Awards Drink-a-thon, Drink-along, which is actually quite a lot of fun. It's a blast. It's a great.
Is it on Thursday?
It's on Thursday, baby.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
I took Thursday and Friday off, initially thinking, hey, Jeff was going to be real cool and send me an invite so I could head out there. But yeah,
I can't believe after how close. For him. Well, I mean, you guys have been so close for so long.
So close, man. I'm godfather to his children that he'll probably have one day. We come to find out we were in a chat with him on Monday on Clubhouse. Remember Clubhouse?
No.
And
that was the one that had Moncala and
exactly.
Oh.
He said no, they were much more strict because they have a specific capacity limit that they have to hit, and so that went out to all of his peeps first, obviously, and folks that are deep in the in the industry. And then he was actually mentioning that a lot of folks can't make it from Japan and overseas.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah,
they shut down their borders.
A lot of places, obviously, because of the new variant and the cases going up.
Omegacron.
Oh no, the Omegathon, the PAX West. No, so he says, there's a backlog of folks, but
next year, Deli.
Next year, the Drink-a-thon, the Drink-along.
It'll just be Aaron. It'll
just be Aaron. Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a good time. Join us next week, Thursday, for sure. I may actually do a quick podcast at the beginning of the week for anybody interested, just to go over if there's been any news between now and then. It probably won't be because there's nothing. And there's no real news.
I mean,
but Zach, if we don't hop on a podcast earlier in the week, how are we going to talk about Endwalker for the entirety of the show?
You know what? I can give you guys access as part of the Teams aspect of StreamYard, which we use. And you could literally just make it a full Final Fantasy XIV Fancast episode. I'm totally cool with that. JJ just started.
That's true. JJ, what better way to spend your time other than listening to the most recent content's patch spoilers?
I'm not even. I'm still in tutorial stages here, and I'm just fucking.
But it's good stuff. But there isn't a whole heck of a lot of news to talk about.
I was gonna say there's not that much news this week.
Well, we know what the most important news is, though, right? Just
Epic Games buying Harmonics.
No.
Oh
no, Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Dally. What are you talking about?
You know what? With that, then I'm going to share the video from Nintendo that Nintendo has announced the big $10. No, wait, the big game that you guys, not $10. The big game that you all have been waiting for. The whole reason to get the Switch, the $5,000 a month version is Paper Mario.
Yeah. I liked watching the gears turn as you're trying to get the video up.
Yeah, exactly. I will say one thing though, it visually the polygonal stuff is actually kind of clean. Look, some of the stuff is actually kind of cleaned up, and I don't know if it's them going.
I was going to say, I think it looks kind of rough.
Oh yeah, it's the N64. N64 is rough. Obviously, it's the weird jumping into HD, which a lot of the sprites are not. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. Ready, and I wish I could zoom in, but look at Mario. Oh, the shit, that didn't happen. Okay, I'll stop right here. Look at this. That looks like that's hand drawn. That's N64.
Right, but
level.
but hyper pixelated. Yeah,
hyper pixelated. Then you see this beautiful combination right here.
Well, it's I mean, the characters are supposed to look like Crayola or like pencil.
Yeah, but not Crayola that's been taken by a Game Boy camera. Because this actually
color
looks
forms.
This actually, yeah,
Super Mario
exactly.
This looks like somewhat smoothed.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's like on the quote unquote hand drawn portions, there's a lack of aliasing, which is hurting.
Yeah,
like I have that Eon Nintendo 64 adapter for it, and it does like smoothing and stuff. So I've played Paper Mario like over HDMI, and it looks phenomenal that way. This is not that in any way, shape, or form.
That is correct. This is it, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. I feel like we are gonna get this continuous stream of worst hits of emulation attempts.
So yes, I actually, what's funny is everybody thinks there's going to be Zelda news, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 news dropped at the Game Awards next week. There will be Zelda news dropped at the Game Awards next week. Majora's Mask is going to be on Nintendo Switch Online, and that's going to be revealed, and that'll be releasing on the 10th as well. That's what Jeff, because this is coming out on the 10th. And I think that'll be your.
Didn't they already include didn't they already include Majora's Mask as forthcoming?
Yes, they didn't say when. They just said eventually. So I think this is
He's saying their big Game Awards news is going to be Majora's Mask is available tonight on the Switch Online.
I think this is. I know. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I feel like I know the first time I've ever been wrong about anything on the show.
Never.
I feel like Keighley has managed to actually garnish a lot of favor with Japanese devs dropping announcements on the Game Awards, and the part of that I think is working closely with Kojima. I'm sure that there are other significantly more impactful things that he has done and spent a lot of time and effort on. But I would guess that if Nintendo is going to drop a big announcement, it is going to be something bigger than that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna.
At the very least, something of more substance. Whether it's going to be Zelda or not, I mean, we already saw a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. Like I don't.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting anything from that.
I mean,
just may get a name. If anything, we'll get the name of it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see anything else really until it comes into like gameplay teaser, and that's not going to happen until we're butt up against release. I think.
Yeah, if we don't see the game next week, we're not going to see it until the summer. Like that's going to be.
We ain't going to see it next week. Although I will say, Nintendo did announce and release the Champions DLC at the Game Awards that one year, back in 2017 or 2018, whatever it was. They were like,
the motorcycle.
Hey, check us out. We got DLC.
Oh yeah,
available next week.
But well, because isn't it because they won Game of the Year, so Nintendo was like, we're back and we're going to show off this motorcycles DLC.
Check out our bike.
Yeah, you've already paid for it. Here it is.
Yeah. So that's there are a lot of rumors, but
yeah. I don't know. Last bit on Paper Mario. I will say the overall sentiment that I have seen, admittedly on Twitter so far, is okay. That's great, but it's not the 1,000-year door.
It's not the good Paper Mario.
It's not the best Paper Mario.
It's not the Paper Mario for the console everybody wants.
Yeah.
I will drop some rumors right here. Let me share this thing right here that I think, and we were kind of sharing. Actually, Zach was sharing it earlier.
Yeah,
I believe it was Zach. Our good friend Tiffany Treadmore and Dove Gray, also known as Hot Girl Videos 69.
They gotta hide their name so they don't get sued.
They've actually had to do a bunch. Yeah, they have had to do a bunch of stuff, which is pretty funny. If you follow them, you'll know. No, they got some good stuff. They always tend to post some good rumors and things that they know ahead of time, and they tend to be. I don't know if they're always first, but they tend to be ahead of the game when it comes to Nintendo stuff, especially because they have a lot of connections there. Anyways, they posted a few rumors here. One is the basically Breath of the Wild developed with 4K support, and and that there's a playable test copy, which also at least 5 fully developed games are supposed to come out between next year, July and December. Developed with the intention of 4K support, expanded memory usage, blah, blah, blah.
Trying to think what the games would be. You'll see Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime 4.
That's not coming out next year.
No.
Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta
3.
Splatoon 3 will come out in the, I would say before, it's probably coming out in June. Splatoon 3.
Yeah, so there's 2 more that it could be.
I'm gonna guess there's a Mario movie coming out next year. I'm gonna guess there's a Mario game coming out next year.
Oh, God.
Super Mario Brothers, the movie, the game.
Yeah, exactly. But I would, they're gonna co-market a Mario.
I am going to beg them to make
the new Rabbids game.
I'm going to beg them to make a new Mario Brothers 2 until the end of time. Just please, just go back to. You've made new Super Mario Brothers. Everything else, you brought back the Tanuki suit and everything. Just bring back radishes. People like radishes.
I agree. And that's all prior to the release of a 4K. Some of the stuff that we had talked about in the past, which was, hey, you can play these games on your current Switch, and then when the new Switch comes out, they look better automatically because they were technically designed for it.
So do we think that, this says that that's all prior to the release of a 4K console? So we're saying 4K console is 2023.
Yes,
I still think so. Yeah,
I think even like in her list of things, she's like. They are like posting it that it's going to be a 2023 release.
Exactly.
Like everything's going to be prepped for 4K, but not playable until that console comes out.
That's the most Nintendo thing ever, dude.
It really is.
Like these games are ready for 4K, but you can't play them until next year.
Yeah. It's like a secret. It's like unlocked with it. It's like putting an old Game Boy.
Dude, are you kidding me? Emulator folks are like salivating. They're like 4K ROMs.
In all honesty. These games, what's probably going to happen is they'll release in 1K, and then there'll be a big patch that drops when the 4K version comes out and says, by the way, here they are. Yeah, it's basically here they are. What came before 8-bit? What was Atari? It was a 2-bit.
You can just say 1080p, but
I like 1K. 1K does sound good.
I mean, you're not.
Yeah, look at it. Peter says he'd love to see Wart and Mauser in a Mario game again.
Yes!
So you started that talk. They said the games will release as regular, and then you'll get it'll be a patch that comes that rolls out.
JJ.
That's big.
Dolly, open up that tweet on stream. No, don't. Actually.
Don't open that tweet on stream.
No. And then finally, it's just terrifying. It's part. They mentioned that this is something that we had talked about. The expanded Onion.
Yeah.
Experience from Nintendo will receive discounts on digital game purchases beginning in 2020. Remember we said
I don't believe it still. So
like I said, keep in mind we have 4 independent rumors, and you can take each one of them with an independent level of grains of salt.
Yes, exactly.
I am sure that is an idea that has been floated. And I don't know. Maybe Game Pass will literally just do well enough to spook some higher ups into doing it, like on this basic level of our subscribers get deals. But
in my brain, what Nintendo's idea of discounts will be doubling the number of gold coins.
Double gold coins, yeah, exactly.
Here's your discount,
or like
the gold coins.
Or if anything, it's going to be like, okay, holiday sale gold members get double coins, or gold members get 10% off, or something like that. I mean, we're not going to see, where Microsoft is on the regular saying, okay, game is leaving Game Pass. Here's 20% off if you want to purchase it permanently. We're not going to see that from Nintendo. There's no way.
Well, remember that Nintendo did offer up that service, once a year, basically. They didn't do it this year, but where you could pre-purchase 2 games for like
you get one free.
You get one. Well, no, you pre-purchase 2 games for like
20% off for a reduced price.
They got those coupons,
the vouchers,
exactly the coupons, the vouchers. I could see them converting those vouchers to this upper tier.
If you subscribe, you get vouchers.
You get vouchers.
Wow, vouchers that expire. Great. I mean,
and their last rumor is that there's 4 more console types coming. I mean, Game Boy Advance, right? And then you're gonna have what is it? I wouldn't say GameCube, but TurboGrafx 16. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say TurboGrafx was a big one on.
Wii. Yeah, and I can see Master System.
Console types. Okay.
Yeah. For a second, and then you were naming a bunch of different Game Boys, and I wasn't reading the tweet, and I thought you were telling me that there's gonna be 4 additional Switch models coming, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
No,
but
additional rare games are going to be coming soon, which, I mean, that made sense. I think everyone knew that. Unless they literally mean hard to find games in this sense.
I don't think so.
That's basically saying, they worked out a way to get GoldenEye on the.
Because there's already Banjo-Kazooie's. I don't know if it's there or is coming. It makes sense that anything that's on the Rare Replay collection is probably mostly.
Dude, imagine if they had Banjo-Kazooie, but it was a botched N64 emulator.
Stop!
Version.
It's gonna happen.
Rare version that they fixed up.
They're gonna release Donkey Kong 64, but not have the expansion pack.
The FPS is the FPS is gonna be even worse than the original release. What did Donkey Kong 64 run at? An average of 12.5 frames per second or something like that? It was terrible.
Yeah. It's a bad game too, so it's just
So none of the rare games have launched yet on the N64 online store. So Banjo-Kazooie.
Microsoft has never shown any reluctance to licensing out the rare stuff to anybody aside from
Smash Brothers, right?
Yeah.
So what a great way to tie it in is. There we go. There's the.
Hey, did you ever play the leaked Halo DS thing?
I wanted to.
Weird. Yeah, it was
just I watched videos of it. Yeah.
It ended up finding its way out there. I mean, it literally is just that James Bond game, that GoldenEye game that came out, but with the Halo.
It was basically just reskinned.
Yeah.
So in our little chat over here, there's a tweet from Ludwig posted, which reminded me at the Game Awards, they have that section for best streamer and stuff. For whatever reason, Ludwig isn't on there, which is kind of weird considering the big kind of year that he had and how he had that month of doing that subathon thing. It's kind of just weird that he's not in there. So I've been thinking about it a lot. It's why aren't
maybe this tweet is a reason why.
but yeah, he recently this week announced he's streaming exclusively on YouTube, so he's not going to be on Twitch anymore.
Yeah.
A few folks. That's a good point. A few folks did go to YouTube this week. Ludwig was it Mr. Dream as well, or something? No, Mr. Dream's one of the nominated folks, but Ludwig and a couple other folks, bigger names announced going to YouTube.
I did not see the list. Do we have the do I have to Google it? The list.
It's Dream, Fuseli, and 2 Spanish streamers and somebody else. It's people that. The Spanish streamers I get because they get millions of views. That makes sense. But the other two, I'm well, it's kind of, especially Dream, because he admitted to cheating in doing his game. He cheated at his speed runs that made him popular. So I was why is he nominated? But they also nominated, Boogie and Dr. Disrespect. So whatever.
Yeah. Boogie, the man who shot a gun at a guy.
That's so bizarre.
It's just strange.
Well, I mean, I also
nominees right here.
I'm so so far out of touch to be able to even comment on this. Like the only person I'm familiar with Dream mostly because of the speedrunning drama. Fusely I've heard of, and I know nobody else. I don't know any of the other three.
Yeah.
Ebai and Greg FG are like these Spanish dudes who are like huge. Like,
okay, yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't doubt it. It's just that like I have no context.
Sure.
It's just strange.
I have zero context. Yeah.
It's just strange for the lack of Ludwig, considering the big year he had. Like, he went from being a nobody to being like top 8 on the platform in like a year. So it's like it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So think of it this way: did you get big enough that the journalism world didn't want to report on you anymore, and then that's probably why he's not on there? Once game journals feel there's a threat coming, they're like, we're not going to talk about this person anymore, and that's why I'm just making that up. Who knows? Let's see other news. What other news is out there? Epic buys Harmonics.
Yay!
No, yay!
So they're gonna be making Fortnite.
Yes, that's not a joke.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
It's
such a. I don't get it. I mean, like, I get it.
I get it from their standpoint.
I know it's just weird because all of mine, and I'm assuming your guys' context is Harmonics as a developer, and not as a side producer of musical content.
But like but I guess at the same time, like that's what they're a developer, but so much of the music has to go into like they have to adapt it to a video game thing. So there's people whose whole jobs is out there like mapping this shit and doing this shit. And like, did you ever play with the tools that they released for Rock Band back in the day, like Rock Band 3?
To make music, or
because they opened it up for like the Rock Band network and stuff. You had to be subscribed and stuff, but I ended up getting in on like a preview of it because I went to a PAX and they were doing that thing, and like that's some complicated tool set, like to like try to map a song to Rock Band. And like all like just to like have that laid bare ass to you is just like, oh, okay. Yeah.
So do you think this is them saying like, we want to do more musical integrations with like artists and stuff, and we found it to be really hard, so we're going to get this company that just does it? Like,
maybe. I mean, you think, I mean, look at the amount of, kind of in Fortnite concerts that they were doing, and they felt like something was missing. I could see that.
I'm like, you could just look at Fuser and see like probably what a Fortnite Harmonics concert is going to look like. So,
what this makes me think is that the concerts were extremely successful.
Oh, they
from
were.
from their standpoint.
Yeah,
I agree. And if you can make it a little bit more interactive,
you can make it more,
instead of just jumping into a battle royale mode and watching, Travis Tritt, whoever it was that was
Travis Tritt singing. Ain't nothing wrong with the radio.
Stinky boy.
Yeah, what if you could make it a little bit more interactive? And Fuser does that. Maybe there are ways to.
Yeah, make it like you saw the Fuser look. Yeah. Like make it a festival setting, and I think that's kind of like you're at Digital Woodstock or something. Like
Roblox does it, and they do it pretty. They do it pretty good, actually.
They had, who was it? Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X was in.
Yeah, they had Lil Nas X and 21 Pilots recently did it.
And Nintendo, Niantic actually had who's that crooner? They had an in-game with Ed Sheeran, an in-game concert, which all that really was like they made a big deal about it, and it was quite literally just like a 30-minute YouTube clip of him.
Didn't they do
Post Malone?
Post Malone.
That was Pokemon Company. That was Pokemon.
Yeah, that was Pokemon. But his was at least like it was like an 18-minute long like animated in Pokemon style thing, which actually was pretty neat.
the Pokemon album that they just released like
actually
last
pretty
month or
good.
whatever is actually a pretty good fucking
Yeah,
album.
it's pretty
Like it
good.
shouldn't be, but it is.
But you know what music I would kill? You know what music I've been jamming to lately and would kill for more of is Animal Crossing. I've been like just
KK
leaving the Animal
Slider.
Crossing music playing in the background, and it is just so freaking chill. It's so well done. And here's a shout out. Listen to the newest episode of Imaginary Worlds, the podcast. Or I'm sorry, not Imaginary Worlds. Of game. It is called Gameplay. The latest episode of the podcast called Gameplay, where they talk about Animal Crossing, and they do the whole episode is about Animal Crossing's music. It's like an hour-long episode, and they speak to one of the key kind of composers of music, and it's fantastic because it goes through the subtle changes that happen every hour of the day, where you are in the village, based on it's so compelling, and it's the whole reason why I love the music of Animal Crossing. Yeah, definitely check it out. Gameplay.
Did you
it's a
wait?
really good podcast.
I got some other news. Ludwig
Yeah,
paid the musicians who did the Mario Kart 8 soundtrack to make him like custom music for his stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
So they
Living
like
the
made like
fucking dream over there.
yeah, they like made like 2 like original songs for him to use, which is like crazy. I don't even know how.
Got any other Ludwig news that we might have been missing? They will
Let
make
me
sure they
post
get in there.
that tweet. I can show that Twitter tweet.
Yeah, retweet that from the official SideQuest.
Yeah, exactly. I do have one more because there really wasn't a lot of news this week. I do have one more thing here.
Is it Game Pass? Game Pass, baby.
Ooh, the
No.
Game Pass news is good.
You know what's coming?
What,
to
the
Game
new
Pass?
games?
Yeah, just that it's good games coming. Like,
All those games are like kind of huge.
No, there's a Mass Effect TV series.
I like it's this
getting
near
ready to be developed. It's not
Yeah,
in development.
let me tell you, if you are a company that has a media property that you aren't near development of something at any given time, like whenever there's like, oh, Marvel is in looks to make a fucking like Jeff the Shark movie. It's like, yeah, of course they are.
Oh shit! Jeff the Shark will be awesome.
every single character they own is in some stage of development, whether it be that'd be a good idea or somebody's kind of kicking around a script. So,
Yeah.
This this would be
a fucking course. There's a Mass Effect TV series in
exactly.
development.
Of course, EA is trying to get more of this out there, especially with the new game coming out.
I'm
even if nothing happens from it,
yeah,
we saw that happen with Halo for like the decade after they announced the Halo TV series.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like
just the news out there is enough.
Was the Mass Effect trilogy set like a hit? Like I don't know what the sales numbers were. Like
Does
I don't
anybody?
think does anybody? I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know what Mass Effect means in 2021 anymore.
I'm gonna say it must be okay. Must be doing okay because they didn't even drop that.
Yeah.
No one's talking about it, but they didn't drop the price all that much
That's
over Black
true.
Friday. You can kind of tell if a game is doing well or not by the amount of price drops they have over Black Friday. And I will have I'm gonna talk about one game I've been playing that suffered a massive price drop, so I know right away it wasn't good. Sales wise, I should say. So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I mean, are we gonna have Commander Shepard or who's gonna be,
There's so much more they can do.
There's so
they're
much.
going to just do the normal. They're going to be like, we're just going to adapt the game because we're lazy.
It's gonna be the fucking Last of Us series where it's just like it's just the first game. Here we go, guys.
Oh, you know what? Ready? I want to show you who's gonna play. Commander Shepard. I'm gonna list it right now. Oh crap!
If they don't do FemShep, then that's what's the point of making the Mass Effect TV series?
All right,
Nobody's gonna give a shit about.
I'm gonna show you who's gonna play. I'm Commander Shepard. It is. I'm gonna stop that screen. I'm gonna share the other one here because a little uncanny, I think. Yeah, here you go. I'm Commander Shepard.
Yeah, there you go.
There's no way.
There you go.
Oh, like that guy.
That's it for news. I don't have anything else. I know there's some other stuff. You can go ahead.
No.
13 Sentinels coming.
Oh yeah.
I actually had that in.
I'll play that. I'll finally play that. When it's on
Yeah.
Switch, I'll definitely play that.
I'll never forget me explaining that game and like showing you guys like the big timeline, like how everything like splits off. Like that was a good time.
It's the first time I'd ever heard of that game, and to see it like laid out in front of me was like, oh my god.
It's nuts. This game is so good. Everyone should play it. It's a 40-hour long like radio play thing. And it has a little like RTS section in it, but the story is phenomenal. Like it's one of the best written things the last like generation. Easy. It's really good.
I just love the art style from everything I saw and everything you were posting about back in the day. And
I mean,
I'll check it out.
I like Vanilla's stuff, man. It always looks good, even if it's a little perverted at times. It still looks good.
It's a little bit horny, but you know.
Yeah. What isn't from them? So
what isn't from them? By the way, bring back Odin Sphere. Bring back all those awesome games that they've been.
Odin Sphere's great. Dragon's Crown's great. Like those are fucking good games.
Even what's the one that was on Wii? That one was actually really good too.
Muramasa
Blade or something, whatever. That game I liked that a lot.
That
I
was
liked
a good
it a lot.
Yeah.
Cool action sequence.
Bunch of hits from them. Just a great studio.
bunch of hits.
I don't think they made a bad game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you guys see that there's a Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning DLC?
Yeah.
DLC, I heard about that. Yeah.
DLC.
I can't believe. Isn't that game dead? Why does it keep going?
Yeah, somebody paid money and for the rights to that, and they're gonna squeeze blood from that stone.
Who did?
Yeah, who's the idiot that?
Who did the like lore for it? Wasn't it like R.A. Salvatore and like Brandon Sanderson or something too? Like really big.
You would know way better than any of us, probably.
Oh, THQ Nordic bought it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
They're gonna make everything.
I just such a bizarre thing. Anyway,
when's
we don't need to go start.
When's the Biomutant DLC?
Yeah. It's like, when's that game coming out? Is it already out yet?
Oh no.
Let's see. One quick one that's kind of sad. Respawn is delisting the original Titanfall on digital storefronts. Yeah, it happened yesterday. It started ripping them out of there. So
because
I don't know anybody who's playing it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay because Titanfall 2 still exists.
Yeah,
Titanfall 2 is
that's true.
Phenomenal.
I mean, Titanfall 1 still had a pretty decent. It also still had a pretty decent single player campaign. I think it's kind of, and it's not as good as Titanfall 2.
No, Titanfall 2 is phenomenal.
Every time this game gets brought up, I always gotta say it's a last source engine game, and it's really good. Titanfall 2. So.
Yeah, and they said that it's the universe is not dead. Obviously, it's survived by Titanfall 2 and by Apex Legends, and said,
we know we get it's so ingrained in their DNA that they literally repeated the sentence twice.
Yeah, that's true.
In their announcement.
So good.
It's okay. We get it. We're convinced.
One of the characters in Apex is like the daughter of the guy you killed at the end of the second game. So,
spoilers.
Wow.
Let's move on to what we've been playing. Who wants to go first?
I'll just go first because it's not exciting in any way, shape, or form. Still just absolutely just thrashing Mexico in Forza.
Yeah, baby.
Non-stop. Can't stop, won't stop. God, that game's
it's so
good.
pretty, and it
looks so good.
It looks so good, even on, like I said, my old Xbox One.
Yeah.
On my phone, it's just awesome.
Yeah, I've been playing it on my Xbox One, my laptop, and on my phone through cloud.
Ultimate.
And yeah, it plays great on like everything. Like it's almost as if they've optimized it for every single type of fucking platform they can shove it on.
Yeah, so like the game has RTX on PC, and like I usually turn RTX off, even though my card is RTX. Like I can use it. I usually turn it off because the advantages or like the visual advantages that you get, I don't really like how they usually look, but I turn it on in this game, it looks really good, and the game runs better with it on for whatever reason. They've like really optimized it to be like this polished.
How?
Like I don't know, like
sorcery.
there's like no difference in heat on my GPU, the on or off. Like, so I just keep it on because there's no reason not to.
Yeah, it's just
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely like top 5 and not 5, like of the year for me. Like that game is
same here.
So that I've been playing Pokemon, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which one you got? Diamond.
You're darn
I got
sure.
Diamond. Yeah, I'm powering through that. I've booted up Death Stranding for the PC.
Nice.
That's where I'm at. Like, this is my second playthrough. I'm as into it now as I was then. You just start booting it up and you're just like, oh yeah, this game fucking rules.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 4. Don't spoil it.
The lore of this game is so fucking good.
Jeff Keighley's in it. Sorry,
yeah, Jeff Keighley's in it. Junji Ito's in it. All of the good.
Junji Ito's in it. Troy Baker's in it.
Baker, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Norman Reedus is in it.
Yeah,
Norman
Guillermo
Reedus.
del Toro, man.
Yeah.
It's
Dog.
Herman Hulse, the PlayStation president's in it.
Yes, Herman Hulse is in it. Just what the fuck?
It's all the faces of people that he has connections with. That's the whole point. They're all his strands.
Yeah, and it's so
That's
funny. Like, it's so funny. Like, reading his book and playing Death Stranding at the same time is just like, yeah, I get it. I get it. So fuck, Death Stranding's good, man. That game, it's funny because it's such this huge game, but I also feel like it doesn't get any credit for
zero credit.
Nobody talks about it anymore until there's like some little till like Kojima makes a tweet or something. Kind of. So there's that. I'm getting close. I'll talk about it next week or week after, probably because next week will be the thing. But Captain Toonhead, that's a real fucking good VR game. Like I only got to play the one level at PAX. I was like, well, I mean, this one level is really polished and good, but it's like a very simple tower defense thing. But like once you start opening it up and like the maps get bigger and more complicated, it's like, oh, this game's good. This is like a really good tower defense game and like a cool concept, and it's genuinely funny. It's well written. So like as it stands now, like I'm getting close to finishing it, but
cool.
Yeah, so, but I think I should change the background. Oh yeah, here, let's do that. I'm gonna change the background while I talk about the last thing I'm playing here. Here we go.
I really want to get into Captain Toonhead because the whole aesthetic. Look at that! The whole aesthetic seems like my jam.
Yeah. I'm in the Sanctum Sanctorum because I'm back into the Avengers universe, everybody.
He did it.
Spider-Man was released, so I've been playing Avengers again, as if I ever stopped. But
it looks bad, dude.
This man won't get past the tutorial of Final Fantasy XIV. But God forbid he stops playing Avengers.
It's got Spider-Man. How many times do I go on here and talk about Spider-Man? No, Spider-Man sucks. It is not fun to play as Spider-Man in any way, shape, or form.
Dude, the video of the web slinging.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He sucks. His voice sucks. His movement sucks. The web slinging sucks. And like I think I said it in the Discord, but like the sound effect of like shooting the web is so weird and off. Like it doesn't sound like, because like when you play like the Spider-Man, like a proper Spider-Man game or watch the movies,
it's so bad.
There's like a liquidy sound to it, but this just sounds like it's like a thud. It's just like there's nothing to go along with it. It's just like there's a little cartoon explaining where he's been.
Oh my God,
But the way
the looks bad too.
Yeah, and he looks like shit, and none of the costumes are great. Like none of the unlockable costumes are great. Like there's no symbiote suit. Like of all the Spider-Man suits, they don't include the symbiote suit or like a movie-inspired suit.
Is like the Doctor Strange one in there at least?
No.
Not
Like,
even to like promote the next
is it.
movie.
I mean,
like
it's just this. That's the view you need right there.
Yeah. It doesn't like it's funny because you can clearly see lenses behind his lenses, which is kind of interesting for a Spider-Man design, but that's like the only interesting thing about this Spider-Man design. It's so bad. It's so bad. It looks bad, and like nothing can really.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
When he, oh my God, watch
The
when
backflip?
He slams he does his backflip. Ready? Hold on, and he gets them. Somehow they turn into like,
and like
no joke. Watch, like he does the backflip.
Yeah,
they have no spider webs on them.
Yeah.
Look, okay.
And there's no in between.
And there's a spider web.
Yeah. It's and none of his his specials, his ultimates and everything. Every single one of them's bad. Like
oh
one
my
of
God,
them.
look at this swinging.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
The swinging is the only part that's kind of okay, just because
it's just it's just so rough because with Sony having the exclusivity on Spider-Man and also releasing the actually incredible Spider-Man video game exclusive on their console, and to have both of the things exist simultaneously is just it just feels so bad.
And you get absolutely nothing with it other than Spider-Man's here now.
He's too tall.
That's the least of my concerns about this.
His voice is bad.
Yeah, his voice is really, really bad.
I don't
know why they did. Why can't they just get the voice actor from the other game? He's there.
There is no shortage of great Spider-Man voice actors that they could he's available. He's not doing anything right now.
Dude, Nolan North would have been fine with this.
Yeah, just shove him in there. But no, we just
oh my God.
Yeah, because like the swinging kind of is okay when you're like in those shitty, like you've got to get from like, oh, you've got to get to this platform.
Time to run
on it. Yeah, stand on it for a couple of seconds so it like you capture the flag style bullshit but it's unbelievably bad. Like genuinely the worst character in the game by a significant amount, and it's just it hurts in a way.
Just
I like how he's swinging in the air. Where is the freaking what's this? What's the thing attached to? There's nothing.
Oh please, Dally, that is the least of the again. You guys are chalking up like the weird stuff. Let that stuff go. There's so much more that we could be harping on.
I like his animation where he's like,
well, yeah, I mean the web slinging animation, the weird body undulations when he's just moving.
One of the absolute worst things is because his character is so flippy.
He's
bullshit.
too buff, man.
It's
he's too tall.
So when you're in like those, like when you have to stand in a section to like overtake it, like you're doing that whole bullshit, because he's so flippy, when you dodge a thing, it 100% takes you out of the zone you need to be in every time. So it's the only cool thing about it is that the effect for the spider sense looks really good. That's the
so slow.
Wait, why is it called Predator Instincts?
I don't know.
And then Spider Sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad.
Maybe they made him purposefully bad so that it doesn't, make the people who have it on Xbox.
Yeah. So like,
upset.
if you're like me, who spends most of his time on the PC version of Avengers, you don't feel bad. You're like, oh, I can just go back to business as usual, playing this game that nobody else is playing.
Didn't they like announce he was coming like almost 2 years ago? Like, is this like?
It was like
so.
It was like that first the second trailer
E3
announcement. Yeah,
You
can tell
crazy.
you can tell by his introduction animation that he was supposed to be out like almost immediately. after this game came out because it sets up like after the main plot of the game.
So for those of us who've bought the game but haven't cracked it open yet, this will be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. It's just so bad, and it's like there's no polish to it, and it sucks. I hate it. Get it away. Turn it off.
But you're gonna keep playing it, right?
Not the Spider-Man stuff. Back
All
to
right,
the PC, where all of my good stuff.
Free from the spider.
Free from the Spider-Man.
Free from the spider.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts so much. I hate it. It makes me mad. So.
All right.
Is that it? I think that's it. Nothing
okay.
else worth.
I'm gonna go next, real quick here. I've been playing.
Don't you dare.
There's so
I
there
know
are.
You're gonna say don't even.
I'm gonna change my backgrounds to the.
No, I'm not gonna
Girls
mention
Kitchen,
Pokemon. No, there are. The thing I like about this time of year is there's a lot of these like gaming advent calendars, and there are companies. There's this one company I forget the name of it. No Galaxy. I don't know what they're called, but if you downloaded the first game for free, then every day this month they'll have a new game that they allow, but only if you've downloaded if you own the previous game that they had on the list. So the first game was Pirates All Aboard, which is sort of top-down pirates battle royale, like pirate ship. It's not good.
That sounds okay. I just want to say, when I was at PAX this year, everywhere I went, it seemed like there was this one dude with a laptop trying to show anyone that had like a studio his like top-down pirate ship battle game, and I'm like, is this it? Did this guy get it into an advent calendar?
Maybe he did. I actually think there's kind of a cool idea there, but it's totally not executed well. But I mean that's kind of what you get with a lot of these types of gaming advent calendars, which is like that's why they're giving it away for free. The second game I actually really dig. It's called Creepy Tale, and it's sort of this it's an adventure game, kind of point and click style. But it's a creepy tale. You start as this little kid who comes upon this strange little cottage in the woods, and it has like that sort of German dark, fable style, Eastern European fable style storytelling. I'm really digging it. So Creepy Tale, that was the second game. And the third one just came out today was Star Horizon, which is like Star Fox-ish, arcade-ish. You're piloting a game. You can do a barrel roll type of thing and shoot stuff. But it's okay if you're looking for kind of a Starfighter style game. So yeah, if you've already downloaded some of these, good. Again, they're free, so I can't complain. The game that was not free,
don't you dare,
is that I mentioned it. I'm putting the Switch back over there. I said for a game to be able to stand up to Smash Brothers and be in people's minds, it needs to have support. It needs to have content, because otherwise it's going to end up being less than half off, 60 to 70% off on Black Friday. Lo and behold, Nickelodeon All Star Brawl or whatever it's called was $20 on Black Friday, and I will say this:
perfect price.
$20 is the perfect price for a game that does not have much inside of it. There's no story mode. There's just, they call it arcade mode, but you're just kind of playing battles. I would never ever recommend this game to anybody who likes these types of fighting games, unless you are hardcore with your friends all planning to buy this game, because viewership numbers on Twitch were in single digits over the last week. The game, it's dead. Yeah. They just released today. They actually released a trailer with it's not just them. It's what I said was going to happen early on, which was Nickelodeon said, here's the game. We already did a racing game. Now we're going to do a fighting. We did a Mario Kart clone. Now we're going to do Smash Brothers clone. They're going to have a Splatoon clone later on, I'm sure. Here it is. Just put it
Nickelodeon
out there.
Splat.
We don't care. We're not going to support it. We'll do like a little bit of PR at the beginning, and then we're done because we want kids to buy it.
It's good.
And it's
like a battle royale game with guns that shoot gas.
Actually,
let's
that
go.
would actually kind of be big. You can do that. You can do that on video games. Almost like we're like, wait a minute, it's not a bad idea. Ren and Stimpy shoot out farts, but man, I'm there's not a lot in this game. Like I literally played a bunch of matches, didn't find one person online to play in the 2 hours that I played this game. And so I said, I'm going to play against computer.
Which platform did you get?
I got the Switch, which is the prime platform for this. That's the one that was always sold out and that everybody was buying, and nobody was online. I mean, maybe they're waiting for Christmas, but
maybe they're all at school because they're in the fourth grade or something.
Maybe, yeah. They don't play. But it's sad. It's a bummer because I actually looking forward to it because I love Ren and Stimpy. I love some of the characters in this. They chose the two worst Ninja Turtles to put in there, Leonardo and Michelangelo. Come on, it's all Raphael and Donatello and Splinter. Why did they use Splinter and Shredder?
Okay, so I just went to look at Steam, breakdown of the players. Oh my god,
it's not good.
There's 46 players right now.
No,
24-hour peak was 0. There's a 0 player.
So no, the 24-hour peak was 210.
Oh, it says 0 on this one. I'm on Steam player count.
I'm on Steam charts. We're at 195 currently playing, 210 24-hour peak. But I mean, like realistically, Nick All Stars on Steam never broke 10K. On its peak.
It's a console fighter. It's a console.
Right, and so, but I think that in order for this, I mean, like, Zach, you know more than I do. If we look at Melee players right now, most of them are not playing on raw GameCube. They're playing on PC via emulation, right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, we should be able, like, if we're going to say that our target audience is, advanced platform fighter players, PC should be a realistic target platform to capture.
Well, they updated PC first before everything else. Like, it was always their target. So I don't know. They fumbled the bag.
Yeah. I don't think based on what we're seeing, Nintendo had a 30-day plan. And then, I think that they had beyond a 30-day plan, but they had a 30-day promotional plan. And then past that, their plan was to leave it. And that was it.
You mean, not Nintendo. Nickelodeon.
Yeah, sorry, Nickelodeon. My mistake. And their plan was okay. They probably honestly just had excess money in their PR budget. That's the reason why we saw cash money, prize pools for the tournament stuff. Maybe somebody in the marketing department managed to make the argument to do that. It seems like a leftover cash dollar thing to me personally, but I obviously don't know. I obviously don't know the internals of it, but I mean, nothing was sustained. And I think that even if Nickelodeon had tried to do something more extensive after that, it probably still would have fallen flat.
Yeah.
There was limiting factors to it for sure.
Yeah. I will say this. It's a strong battling game. It's a strong fighting game. Like it's very sound. It's very solid. The levels are kind of limited. They're not like these really exciting battlefields that you fight in.
Yeah.
They're smaller than what you'd find in like a Smash Brothers. And unfortunately I feel like there's no matter what, this is a Smash Brothers comparison. Absolutely, no matter what. Yep. And I look at Smash Brothers and think I could have got that game for $39.99 on Black Friday and had.
And Smash Brothers Ultimate is just so hard to be compared against. I mean, like
it is exactly, but it is unfortunately it is because it has everything, and so when a game launches, it has to have a lot, and this doesn't. This only has 6 battles in or like 8 battles in an arcade mode. This like smaller stages. Granted, this is a smaller team, much smaller team, so it's more of a passion project. But few modes. You can't make your own tournaments. You can't do a lot in this game.
The bigger issue is that like
bummed.
there are already smaller studio made games in the same fold, in the same genre, at the same target, and they launch at $15 and go on sale for $5.
I picked up one of those based on Zach's recommendation. Yeah, and I like that one a lot more than this.
Yeah, and you'll that's what I'm saying. If you can, it's a lot easier to convince 3 other people to pick up the $5 game, and B, you'll probably have more fun playing it too.
Yeah, they should have gone the route of the Warner Brothers Fighter, making it free to play game. It would have been a lot. It would have launched a lot.
So that gets me to the Warner Brothers stuff. Multiverse is going to be a flop. I think it's going to be a massive flop because it's not aimed at kids because kids don't know who Arya Stark or Gandalf are. It's not aimed at adults because Bugs Bunny and some of these other Warner characters don't. The thing that at least Nick does correctly and some of these indie brawlers and definitely Smash Brothers is that they're all in the same genre. Nick, it's all cartoons. Smash Brothers, it's all video games. The indie stuff, it's all indie video games. This is let's just grab a bunch of different Warner IP and throw it against the wall and hope that, hey, we threw a Game of Thrones reference in there. That'll definitely get the Game of Thrones folks. Oh, we threw Shaggy in there because Shaggy with a meme. Playing Nick Brawl with a sound of a fighter, it's actually a very good, solid fighter. I think Multiverses is
Multiverses would have to be an incredible playing game in order for it to make waves, and I do not see it. I don't see it.
I mean, we've seen the footage. We see how that game is going to play, and you can tell anyone that's put any amount of time watching fighting games can look at that and go, "Oh no."
It's. I think it's also these types of games coming out. They stand out particularly. They stand out a lot because the past 4 years, 5 years has been so prolific for fighting games as a genre overall.
And reinventing itself.
And they're like, it's just literally, I mean, we were talking about it the other week. Arc System Works has made like 5 good fighting games in the last 3 years. You can't
legit.
I mean, the platform fighter is a little bit different, but there's so much overlap between the two, and you can't compete with what the quality that they're producing with what some of the these other teams are making, hoping to sustain themselves off of IP strength. It's just not going to be enough. Not when like Dungeon Fighter Online Versus is going to come out and still be like a better fighting game. I mean, like, no, who in the Western audience knows about Dungeon Fight? Like, no, like, I mean, Zach, but that should tell you everything you need to know about who's going to know about Dungeon Fighter Online. I mean, on the Western scene, there's like nobody, but that game is going to be probably an incredible fighting game, realistically. So,
well, that's
anything else,
that's
Dally?
Nick Brawl. That's it. It's been crazy.
Zach, you want to go?
I've been playing Dungeon Fighter Online.
There you go.
Have you really? Oh
my
god!
I have. I've been playing.
That's funny.
So I've been playing that. That game is the game I've played off and on for like years. It's just a good grinding game. Good game. Just like I'm gonna chill, grind. It plays like a fighting game. You know, you have inputs and macros and stuff, so it's just fun to go and grind dungeons and just kill things. I mean,
I've never even heard of this game. Never even heard of this game.
It's a dungeon crawling 2D like MMO grinding game, and it's really popular in Korea. It's like they're like 3rd or like 4th like most played like game at their PC things. So yeah, it's pretty popular. And I've just been, working and looking for houses.
It's a Nexon game, right?
It was not anymore. Okay. Nexon had it, and they drove into the ground, and then it went away. And then Neopol, I think, grabbed it and brought it back.
Oh, Neopol is a subsidiary of Nexon.
Yeah.
So they spun it off so that it was no longer Nexon Direct.
Okay.
But it would. I mean, I guess they either purchased a new team or brought a new team on to take it over for them.
Because it died in the West completely for a couple of years, and they brought it back. But yeah, it's super fun. I've been playing the housing market simulator IRL game. So I've been needing something to just like focus on and just like relax, listen to music, listen to podcasts. So that's been kind of like my go-to game.
Sure.
So I've been playing that, and the other two games are games no one's ever played in here, so it's gonna be fun. I've been playing Lineage 2, which is another MMO.
I've heard of it.
I have played Lineage 2.
I can also say I've played Lineage 2.
So my friends in my Final Fantasy free company, we play games together all the time. And recently we found a private server for Lineage 2, and we've been in there grinding away. It's like a classic server, so it was like back when things weren't like turbo boosted.
When did that game come out? Like that, because I came out like when I graduated.
Lineage 2 was 2000. My brain says 2004 or 2005.
One of those. It's
2003.
2003. So close.
2003.
It's a strange game.
I remember I was playing it, and I had to ride a boat to get somewhere, and the cost of the boat ride, like if you're just like rushing through the game, this is very early on, and then you have to, it's like, pay us like 60 silver, and you have like 1.5 silver, and you have to just go and grind it.
Yeah,
it was a weird game.
It's a heavy Korean game. I mean, it's a Korean game. So all these Korean games are all about grinding. Like any Korean game, you're going to be grinding for 30 hours to get a level or whatever. So my friends and I have just been playing that together. It's been really fun. It'll just kind of like dive into this private server of this game and just kind of like figure it out with your buds. It's been fun. And then that same group of friends, we also started playing another private server for a different game called Phantasy Star Universe, which is the Phantasy Star online that came out after PSO. So it's 2006, I think, and we've been messing around in that. It's just me and my friends have been playing weird grinding games and just hanging out. That's kind of just been my week. But yeah, just getting ready for Final Fantasy XIV. Should come out in the next 6 hours. So
congratulations.
I'm gonna take a little nap after this and wake up and play before I go to work, and then go to work and then come back.
You're one of those fancy paying people that gets to play first.
Yep, I paid the $40 or whatever for the expansion.
Nice,
because it officially comes out the 7th. So, but early access for these are like, they just say early access to make you feel good, but it's really just like when Shadowbringers came out, there was no issues at all. So I don't know. This time there might be some. I'm expecting there would be some, but who knows?
The amount of player influx of Endwalkers expected to be much, much higher compared to any previous patch or expansion based on just the media of the folks hopping over.
I remember when Shadowbringers launched, it was like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I was at my computer, and I was in a queue of like 5,000 people, and that was before the game had this big, push. So queues might be kind of fucked for a while. So I might just not even get to play and just go to work, But yeah, I'm excited. I'm not gonna see my friends for a week because all my friends are in the game, really, and I don't want to talk to them because I don't want to spoil the story. So I'm just kind of staying away from Twitter, Discord. Just gonna enjoy the story and probably cry. I'm gonna end up crying a lot. I'm really excited for that. They showed off some cool zones in the patches, the patch for the 6.0 for the new expansion. And there's some really cool stuff in there.
Awesome.
I think the internet for the next couple of months is going to be pretty annoying for people who don't play the game. So
And also slow. Also slow.
No, it's going to be Russian. It's just going to be not shit that you care about.
True. There you go.
yeah, and that's pretty much it. I bet Taylor will probably talk about Final Fantasy some more.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I've been playing, other than other than a spare bit of Shin Megami Tensei 5 still here and there. But yeah, I have very few days left, so I made it through Shadowbringers the first part of the main story. I'm on post-patch content.
Okay.
And how did it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, parts were sad, parts were happy. It's a good story.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, I mean, good twists and turns. They managed to kind of, I don't want to say rectify, but
You better rectify. Mm-hmm.
They salvaged some characters which were kind of used and then cast away, and they put them to good use in a way that you wouldn't have necessarily seen coming. But yeah, no, it was. I can see why it was a well received expansion. It's very, very good. And yeah, so I'm not done with it quite yet. I think I've got 2 more patches worth of content to make it through.
Okay.
Dude,
So we'll see.
Patch 5.3 is going to make you cry. That's the one that makes everyone bawl their eyes out, dude. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's rough.
That means that somebody's going to die.
Oh, dude, it's like they intentionally designed it to be for people who have like dogs or like pets. It hits at that note.
Okay. I know what's happening then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've gotten to the point in the story where I know what there's a technique that we discover, and was it Stormblood, or was it before Stormblood when when the kobold was introduced? I can't remember. Anyway,
it was before it was in a Realm Reborn.
Was it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, I have a feeling that that's probably what that's about. But I mean, meanwhile, my dog's snoozing.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to be snoozing momentarily.
I'm gonna say that you're wrong.
We're because we're tired.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine too.
You're not even close.
Okay,
you're gonna
good.
get your heart ripped out and pooped on.
Nice.
It's gonna suck.
I can't wait until I start to play because I am going to before January 1st. I will start to play. This is a given, even if it's just like a few hours here or there.
It's the perfect game for that, man.
It is. It really is. I typically try to get through one game before I start another, but I bought a bunch of stuff on Black Friday and leading up to Black Friday. Shocker. Including stuff like Deathloop and some other things. So I'm going to be doing some taste testing over the next few weeks here. So it's funny because I got like a stack of games to add to my backlog for like a total of like $120. So I think I got Deathloop, Nick Brawl, Peppa Pig.
I want to play Peppa Pig so bad,
dude. I'm totally wanting to try it.
That's the next game on my list
because it looks so cool. Yeah, for like 120, the price of 2 full games. And Guardians of the Galaxy I picked up. So
that game fucking rules, man.
That's on my list too. It's on my list too.
It
is end of the year, so
I almost bought Guardians of the Galaxy on the 1st because that's when the Steam sale ended.
$25.
Yeah,
I got it for $25.
But then I was like, Endwalker comes out in 3 days. I'm not going to touch this game. So,
well, the good news about Guardians of the Galaxy is that it is definitely not a long game, and it's so.
I definitely want to play it. So it's just
that sounds like something I'm
17 hours. It's 17 hours.
Yeah, and that's
good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because and it's also a collectible thing. Like there's some hidden stuff to find and stuff. So and it has branching paths. It seems like so. I'm kind of curious to.
One of my favorite games. People who wrote one of my favorite games, Paratopic. His name's Corey. He was talking about this game. He said it's like one of the best written games of the year, and I trust him on like such a very like intense level. So I'm just like really interested in the game because his tastes are.
There hasn't been especially in video games, like comic book video game, where the characters are so well realized from every angle. Like not just the characters you play as, but like outside characters and stuff. And I saw somebody talk about it. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Patrick Klepek or somebody. It was like, they don't stop talking, but that's what makes it work. Like they're constantly talking, but like in an endearing way, not in like a please shut up kind of way. So
I think it was Gene, right?
Yeah.
I think Gene said that. Yeah, he was saying they don't stop talking, and like each character has their own independent character arc.
Yeah,
through the whole
thing. There's actually like things that like if you activate this character's like complete their arc, like you get stuff from it too. Like every character has a story, and there's lore. Like you find things in levels that unlocks lore. That like you go to their room and they talk with you, and you have like the conversation dialogue tree and everything, and they're talking to you about like their backstory and stuff, and it's done in such a way that is just, it's like it shouldn't be as good as it is, considering it was a game that like just kind of popped up. Like we kind of all knew it was coming, like it was one of those worst kept secrets kind of things, but like just kind of popped up. They showed too much of it, everyone wrote it off immediately, and then have it come out and just be like an actual, like genuinely good,
a great turnaround game that a lot of folks are putting on their game of the year list.
Yeah, it's just
so wild.
And it's funny because if you play the Guardians of the Galaxy game, it unlocks cosmetic stuff in the Avengers game.
Does it really?
Like, yeah, I'm like, no, you shouldn't. No, don't overlap.
Hey, I saw someone on Twitter say that this game is what the evolution of the Mass Effect series should have been. It should have been like
it definitely
what
has.
This game is.
It definitely has that DNA in it, and you can definitely feel it. Because it's like everything. Like as Star-Lord really is presented as Commander Shepard in this. Like the way you have conversations with people and the way everything is framed while having these conversations is very Mass Effect. And then the gameplay is just really like just a solid shooting game with like squad tactics. It's something else. I'm glad that it turned out as great as it did, because it's a great cosmic Marvel is some of my favorite stuff, and to like really lean into it and not mess around and not kind of half-ass it just like really made me happy to see this stuff realized in a way that, as much as I love the Marvel movies haven't really done much justice to in a lot of ways. So so I'm excited. It's definitely on my list. It's absolutely on my list of like top 5. Okay, well, that's the show, everybody.
Pretty much. We made it. It's an hour and 15 minutes. Thanks everybody for coming. Unfortunately,
that's awesome.
Yeah, join us next week for the Game Awards, where we'll be talking with who knows how many drunk people. Last year was a shit ton of drunk people. We got like I think at most 8 people at once on here at one point.
I don't remember what our max was.
Yeah,
we had Jeff Grubb.
Of course, I X'd out.
Okay. We didn't even really like. This is the first time we're not gonna like try to figure out like what are your predictions for the Game Awards. Who's gonna?
We could do that. We could do that Monday or Tuesday next week. But there really isn't a need for predictions, right?
Yeah.
No, the prediction. We'll just do the predictions.
Yeah.
During the show.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, who do you think's gonna win the Game of the Year award? Who do you think's gonna get the Game of the Year award?
I don't remember the nominees.
Go ahead.
It's Deathloop. It Takes Two. Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil 8, and I'm forgetting one.
Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2.
I can tell you right now, it won't be Resident Evil 8.
No.
Resident Evil 8, I fucking love Resident Evil 8. That game's great.
Yeah, but it won't be Game
of the Year.
It won't be Game of the Year. Yep. And it won't be it won't be Psychonauts 2.
No.
But it should. That's the
it
one.
Should
be. Yeah. I think it'll probably be Deathloop.
I like
that was
Deathloop, But I don't think Deathloop's a better game than Rift Apart. I think Rift Apart is such a good
I think
fucking
it's
game.
probably Deathloop and Rift Apart like neck and neck in this.
I'm gonna say Metroid Dread's gonna win.
I mean, that's in my top 5 as well.
Yeah, Metroid Dread was just sort of so universally appreciated that it's hard. Like Deathloop, like wasn't as universal.
I mean,
Cruelty Squad.
Cruelty Squad, not even recognized. Shake my head.
It's interesting that they showed, Metroid Dread and Guardians of the Galaxy were revealed the same, like 2 days apart from each other, right?
Yeah.
And both of them. Guardians of the Galaxy, we saw too much of early on. They just overkilled it, and then they still kept showing videos later on.
30-minute
Dread, Metroid Dread actually up to the release. Remember, they were doing those almost daily, but weekly info drops. Like they had like 8 or 9 of them, and it's like, okay, I don't want to hear more about Metroid Dread. But then
it's like, please, I was gonna say, please let me. I want to be scared. Like, stop giving me any information.
Yeah. I saw the
both the games ended up well.
I saw they had like a best VR category, and like every single game on that list, with the exception of one, is just like bad. Like,
oh jeez,
I was gonna say, like, what this was like one of the quietest VR years
because like
in a while.
Like Hitman 3 is not a good VR game. I Expect You to Die 2 is really good. Lone Echo's okay. Resident Evil 4 is great, but it's Resident Evil 4, and nobody gives a shit about Sniper Elite.
There's a best community award, and it has Final Fantasy XIV, it has like Destiny 2, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
I've never heard.
just call it the Games as a Service award.
Yeah, but considering I actually played some really good VR games this year.
What's it?
Best community support. Click that one.
I'm curious. Oh, I was gonna say I was curious, but
best community support. Where is that?
It's like in the middle. Yeah.
Final Fantasy XIV,
Destiny 2, Apex, Fortnite, No Man's Sky.
What did they call it before? Like best ongoing game or something like that?
Yeah. I feel like. Oh, this to me feels like it's just gonna. Well, I mean, we're literally doing the thing that we said that we were gonna do. But this feels like a Final Fantasy XIV and No Man's Sky race.
I agree.
To me,
I agree. Yep. So it'll be Fortnite. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
God, imagine.
Anyways,
I mean,
let's stop.
Okay, the Demon Slayer game isn't even a fighting game, so I don't know.
No, it's not. That's weird.
I mean, the only good one in here really is Strive.
Is Melty Blood.
Yeah.
I mean, This is an easy. This is a toss up. This is like literally an alley oop for Strive.
Yeah. It's a Strive's category to lose.
It's Arxis versus Arxis.
So it's Virtua Fighter 5. Just kidding.
I imagine.
I don't want anybody that I know to that doesn't know what Melty Blood is to play Melty Blood.
Right.
No.
True.
I don't like the fact that it's nominated because that's gonna.
Dude, I know what Melty Blood is, and I bet no.
Oh, what's the Fate universe? Let's go.
All right.
I hope you have 800 hours to consume media forever.
Yeah.
Here you go. Most anticipated.
Please. Incognito mode, please.
Most anticipated, it's gonna be Starfield, I would think.
I don't know.
Elden Ring. Elden Ring is coming out.
Yes, I know it's coming out.
It's so soon, and we got the huge demo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think the hype is that. I think Starfield will win because it's so far out. Like people are like, "Oh my god!"
I don't know. Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, you're underestimating the Zelda influence, though.
I mean,
I'll tell you what, it's neither of these two.
Yeah.
We know that.
No.
Sony's
even though
I'm excited for both of them, but
I'm hella excited. But it's not going to be either of those two.
The
it's funny.
The draw of the unknown of Starfield.
Except also
Sure.
at the same time, you also know exactly what the fuck Starfield's gonna be.
No, it's
All
different.
out in space, baby.
It's
Elder Scrolls
different.
in space.
Puff it,
New
puff it, Zach.
engine. Give me the copium.
Suck it in.
Oh, well, we'll give everybody else copium because it's time to cope with us hanging it up for the day. We've made
Under
it
an hour and a half.
under an hour and a half. That's amazing. We only spent a little bit on Final Fantasy XIV.
And we
Yeah,
talked about
man.
Fantasy 14.
Yeah,
Incredible.
And next week will be the all Final Fantasy XIV show that Taylor and Zach and JJ and
I'm
we'll
not
get
coming.
Scratty.
Fuck
No,
you, no way.
we'll get Aaron on there. We'll get a couple other folks. No,
It depends, dude. It could be this story could be like 60 hours long,
could
and I
be,
could
yeah.
not even be close to being
Sure.
done. So
60 hours, you'll be done. We know you. You'll be done.
I'll try.
You're really good
He's
at running.
hey, he's a working man now.
That's true. Actually, it's right.
But I have a weekend, and
So there you go.
And I can read
24
fast,
hours, 24
so-
hours, 12 hours.
Like Johnny
That's
5
60.
from Short Circuit. You just read
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, it's been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are wonderful. Thank you to our viewers that are chiming in today. It's a beautiful Thursday night. The next episode may or may not be a Game Awards episode. We'll definitely do the Game Awards episode next week on Thursday. May sneak something in at the beginning of the week, just if there's any breaking news that pops up. We may do like a what do we call those? Emergency meeting type of thing. But other than that, you can find us at our respective. See, I'm pointing down there because I know.
Got it. Look at you.
Our respective. That's JJ down here. This person is Taylor. This person is Taylor. That's so close. Right down there is Zach. You can find them by their screen names over there. And
there's a new episode of Disney Compendium up now. So
there you go. Awesome. DisneyCompendium.com. Check that out.
Moana, it's mostly an hour and a half of wrestling jokes, but
by the way, wrestling was awesome last week. I didn't even talk about that. Wrestling was fantastic. If you follow me on Twitter, which you definitely don't, you'll see my pictures. We'll see in SideQuest things. Find us SideQuesting. If you're watching this, you know where to look. If you're listening, you know where to listen. Please tell your friends. That's important to us because
I told them today at work.
Every person that is added as a subscriber or listener or viewer means that we get closer to Requiem. I think that would be good. And Repentance. I'm just throwing R's in there because I'm been binging Midnight Mass thanks to these two folks right there.
I mean, it's just me. It's
just you. Taylor was so
I've already seen Midnight Mass. I don't need to. It's
did you? Okay.
Yeah,
it's good. I like it.
Really good.
The twist is kind of off, but then once you get past that twist, you're like, oh, okay, now I'll see where it goes. So, with that said, we'll see you all on the next episode of the Side Quest. I see you. I'm gonna end it that way. I see you.